Good morning, everyone. I'm Don Mosites with a company called Airswap. I'm one of the co-founders, but we've got an incredible team of 25 between Brooklyn and Hong Kong. I am here today to talk a little bit about trade and token networks and how we feel about these topics. I personally come from a background of technology startups, small and large, over the last 10 or 12 years, and it's been really exciting to work in this space and watch it develop as quickly as it has. And I personally was in Berlin maybe around 20 years ago, and I've just been waiting for a great reason to come back and see such a dynamic city develop as quickly as it has, and have heard such incredible things, and it's great to be here. So back to trade and token networks. We've heard pretty consistently, and I think we often share the sentiment that centralized trade is a systemic risk. And what I mean by this is that centralized crypto exchanges cannot provide the foundation that we need if they're constantly under attack and are being hacked and our funds are being taken away, they're mismanaged, they're going under. There's a lot of trust we're placing in these exchanges, and it's simply not a suitable foundation. So if we think about decentralized trade and attempt to define that in simple terms, atomic swaps are something that we can actually perform between two peers and a smart contract, where the execution and settlement of a trade is combined. Personal wallets give users control over their assets until traded, so there's no centralized custody, and prices can be communicated via any medium between peers. So just given blockchains that support smart contracts, we can perform these atomic swaps and leave custody in users' hands. And can think of decentralized trade as beginning with two peers and a smart contract. There are many combinations of peers that are trading in different ways. Maybe there's auction systems off-chain between peers, or auction systems on-chain like we just heard, but essentially beginning between two peers and a smart contract. So if we imagine a nice group of peers, either floating around on the open web or say even the people in this room, if I, for example, want to announce that I'm trading a token, I can do that. And just by saying that, if somebody else in the room wants to trade that token or has something to offer to me, that connection can be made. So to actually make that connection between peers, there has to be some discoverability, so some communication. And at Airswap, we provide this peer discovery and therefore unlock decentralized trade as we see it. A great question to ask ourselves is, why does trade matter in the Dapp ecosystem at large? So there's many excellent financial applications for blockchain technology, but ultimately, what does trade enable in this ecosystem? And we believe it's these token networks that are coming to life when a token comes online. These tokens can drive network participation and growth. They're designed with mechanisms to promote specific objectives, and they can offer both the right and incentives to participate in a decentralized network. And these tokens are ultimately built for consumption rather than investment. They have utility. They're meant to be used, not meant to be profited from. So that is an important distinction if you go through the thought exercise of what a consumer token is, also a utility token, and how these consumer token networks can be built. So ultimately, if you think of it in those terms, then buying a consumer token is joining a network. And by holding this token, you can use it for its intended purpose. But ultimately, you are buying the token, and you are among other peers that hold the token and can likewise participate. So this is why we introduced the Airswap widget. Once you've made the decision to buy a token based on the utility of it or the quality of the network, you want to be able to do it in a safe and a quick way. So the widget that we've developed, you can just simply punch in an amount of a token that you'd like. It'll actually bring you a price from many prospective peers that are anywhere in the world, and you can buy it in place. And this is something that can be embedded in any website and supports Ledger, Trezor, MetaMask, and likewise on mobile. So between Trust Wallet, Status, Toshi, Cypher, recently Opera Mobile, Airswap works out of the box. And it is backed by automated makers. And these are individuals and teams that build software that run as peers in the network. So there's a counterparty to every trade. Trades are performed on the swap contract, which we developed and deployed onto the mainnet over a year, well, last year. And it's been running since. Actually, as for the automated makers, be sure to check out our developer chat if you have any interest in taking a closer look. We've got some awesome people in there, and we're working very hard on our developer documentation. And likewise, at our GitHub, we have the contracts that we use. And with the widget, buyers get the best price with no trade fees, as we don't take trade fees. There are transaction fees to run the actual trade. So this is a great scenario for the end user when they want to be able to quickly and safely buy that token and join that network. So we welcome token teams to grow your network and to add the widget. And adding the widget is as easy as dropping in a JavaScript file and running a JavaScript function. It has a set of callbacks that you can implement, and you can just pop it up when the user is ready to join your network. They can make the purchase, dismiss the widget, and then get back to work in the context of your app. And to this point, there's 12 awesome teams here who have already implemented the widget or are underway. ADEX is one of the sponsors today. I believe we're actually closer to 16 or 17 different teams that are on the radar, and really for us, the more these teams see what this can do, the more obvious a choice it is. So we think of this in terms of enabling quick and safe purchases to join consumer token networks. And the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and many teams have joined us in that effort. But what does it mean to actually be connected to a token network? So to hold the token, you can use it for its intended purpose. You're among other peers who do as well. But if we think about a decentralized network and maybe define it as something that has capabilities built into smart contracts, and these smart contracts can emit events, you can execute transactions on them, you're interacting with the network in this way, you can actually watch these events. You can see the information, what's happening on the network, the activity. For any given token network, there's a set of activity that defines what that network is. And so being connected to that network means you can actually see. And you can actually read and filter and react to the events in this network, and to be a good participant. It means to coordinate. And this is among other members, other people who hold the token, other people who would like to participate, and likewise are either incentivized or encouraged to be a part of this network, and are also communicating and working and playing. Whatever the activity is on a given network, whatever it means to participate, coordinating among members, likely off-chain, is a very valuable concept. Finally, and ultimately, to participate. As a holder of a token, you are thinking in terms of what the token is used for. You're among a group of peers. There are things happening on the network. And as a result, you're able to focus, to engage, and to act as a member of that network. And between these three concepts, to watch activity, to coordinate among members, to participate, is the coming vision of Airswap and the next phase of what we see and what we want to enable. And if you think of us today as automated liquidity and instant trades, and in a decentralized way for safe and quick purchases, then think of us tomorrow as the consumer token network experience. And we welcome everyone to join us on August 8th. At our offices in Brooklyn, we're going to be hosting an event and talking more and providing a view into this vision of the future. So, we welcome you to grow with Airswap. If you are a token team, if you're thinking of deploying a consumer token, if you have, you should talk to us, and we can help you grow your network. Visit us at airswap.io. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Don. So we have a few questions here, and all of them have to do with your business model.
OK.
And specifically, if you're not taking any fees, how are you making money?
So the model that we've employed to this point is that there is actually a token on the network. And so we have sold this as a membership token, or something that you stake, to actually make yourself discoverable to other peers. And so this is the way that we sold this token is essentially the way that, that we have collected the proceeds for the business. So the way that that model works, again, if the core value prop is pure discovery, then being able to make yourself discoverable to be a counterparty to those trades is something that's valuable. And so staking the Airswap token is what enables that.
OK, great. Thanks very much.
Thanks.